starting to buy a house or you're starting to sell a house, and there's a sad truth that goes on in my industry, and that's fraud. There is wire fraud that goes around, there is land fraud, and now I've even heard there's house fraud. How to protect you even before you're starting to buy and sell. With wire fraud, it's really easy. If you are in the process and you have an email that comes in that says wire money here, whether it be your earnest money deposit or the deposit at the end or something in the middle, call your agent and call your title company. They will be able to go through those numbers that you get with the wire instructions and say, yes, those are ours. Yes, this is what we need. Or they will be able to say, no, that is not ours at all. Don't wire that money. It's a fraudulent email. And it's so frustrating as an agent to know that that is going on, but be vigilant and know that that is going on so that you don't wire money anywhere you're not supposed to. With land fraud, if you own land, be looking at Zillow every once in a while. Be looking at Trulia every month or two, and make sure that your house doesn't come on the market without you knowing about it. There are people overseas right now that are calling agents and trying to get agents to list land without ever even meeting them or without ever even going to the land itself. You can have your agent set up, or you can have Zillow set up a search that is just for your properties, and it will email you if anything happens with them so that you know your land is always yours. The same thing goes with houses. We now have people calling into different agents and trying to get them to list houses without meeting them. And do the same things. Have your agent set up a search or set up a search on Zillow with your address so that you get alerted when things happen and when it changes from, not sold to active. Because the last thing we want is to you to find out after the fact that anything is sold of yours, because it just makes a big mess for you. If you are in a position where something has been sold that is yours and it was sold not by you, call your local agents that sold it, call a lawyer because you're gonna need one, and start that process of getting it back. So it's so sad that these things are happening. I can tell you, us here at The Real Brokerage, when somebody calls in and says, hey, we want to sell this, we make them send us their license, we make them Zoom with us, and we make them either walk us through the house or have somebody walk us through the house to make sure that the person who is selling it, is asking to sell it, is actually the person who is selling it. I can personally say I've had 2 calls where they're trying to get me to sell land, and in both of them I asked for their license and asked to Zoom, and all of a sudden they didn't want to talk to me anymore, which tells me it was a scam. So protect yourself, watch your house, watch your land. I know it's frustrating. I know it's something that we never ever thought we would have to do, but it'll definitely help you in the long run to make sure that your house and your land stays your land.